play is. Hopefully everybody can hear me and all that other good fun stuff. Oh, I need to blow my nose. Give me just a second. I'm gonna mute. Hello, hello, I am back. Lidl! Welcome to the stream, John. Oh, I'm so happy to see you here. It's been forever, so I don't know if you know what this game is, but it's called Doki Doki Literature Club. I guess it's some kind of a dating sim slash horror game, so I'm giving it a try. I've never played it, but I might as well. I mean, this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed, so let's see what happens here. I'm just getting ready to send out some invites real quick, so I'm easily disturbed. Yeah, you're so easily disturbed. So easily disturbed. Hello. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody. Five, six, 7, 8, 9. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. 10, 11. I just had to do all my sharing. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have positive experience from playing this game. I don't know if I'm going to like this game. Would you like to review detailed content warnings which contain spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warnings can be enabled in settings menus. No, I don't want to know that. By playing Doki Doki, you agree to have noted the game's age rating in your region and consent to the exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree. Let's go. Everybody can hear me okay? Just want to make sure. My name is Player T. Okay. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her. My neighbor and a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you've never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Loud noises. You're probably hearing the people out in the living room. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just saw an idol in front of the crosswalk and let's say, catch up to me. Ha ha! I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Hey, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. I kinda was. That's mean, Player T. I kinda am. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think that you're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you wanted to. Whatever you say, Sorori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making the daily commute. By the way, Player T, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you joined a club this year, did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of the many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Say likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Well, I spend my free time on games. I don't watch a whole bunch of anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. I don't need to socialize. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Well, at least promise me you'll try a little. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. You see white people? Welcome to the stream. Hello. Thank you for being here. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. This girl is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! Say must have come in the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Are you now? I know it's because I'm impressive. You don't need to wait up for me. It's not... If it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. What's your club? The literature club? Say, yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Me. Say is vice president of the literature club. I called it. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I have no interest. Hey, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyways? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring a new member, so you just auto put me in. Yeah, it's never the name of the game, right? And Natasi made cupcakes and everything. I could use a cupcake. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sei is really that much of an airhead, or is she so cunning as to have planned all of this out? I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake. Okay, yes, let's go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. You just had a cupcake? I want one. Where's mine? In the section of the school I rarely visit. In the kitchen, I don't feel like making that drive. Say, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Say always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Player T, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. ... All words escape me in this situation. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like the first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Say. Oh, you can just ignore her when she gets moody. Say says that quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Say and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? Monica? That's right. It's great to see you again, Player. Monica smiles sweetly. Monica, we do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same classes last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. She's the one I'm going for. So having her smile at me so generally feels a little... You too, Monica? Come sit down, Player T. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. You were right the first time, just like friends? Oh, Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Yeah, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Say mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Say. Nat and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Nat grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Say. Nat proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh-woo! Ooh-woo! Nat lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look a little like cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Nat. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Say grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious, Say talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing all over her face. I turn the cupcake around. Bye! Have a good one. Thanks for being here while you were here, I appreciate it. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Nat is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Nat. Why are you talking to me? It's not like I haven't heard this somewhere before. Made them for you or anything. Haha. I thought you technically did, Say said. Well, maybe. But not for you. You know, you dummy. Alright. I give up Natasha's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before sitting down in the teacup next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, your teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. I do like Yuri, though. I like the purple hair. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be your pastime for me, but at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow that smiles at me. Monica. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was particularly dragged here by Say. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Say seemed really happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home. Leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. It's just not my thing. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. I like how I feel about this channel. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. Hello and welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the efforts to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we all can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Monica, that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. Yo, with all this reading, my throat is killing me now. Well, not reading, but talking it out loud. So I'm going to take a drink real quick. I'm probably going to have to do that kind of often throughout this. So, play a tea. What kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Nat head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she's keep quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy words. Yep, that's exactly what I plan on doing. I'm going to stay hydrated. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally expressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. You're gonna be the killer, I have a feeling. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if the story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Nat's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you? Don't you, Nat? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your problems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Say sidles up behind Nat and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Nat, you write down your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? Nah, no. Nat averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Nat feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Nat feel comfortable enough to share hers. ... I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everybody. Nat and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of our club. Isn't that right, Player T? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? What's up, Doc? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. You'll get the chance to read the poetry? Okay. Say may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry. I thought, Player T, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision with it like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Say wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everybody. I think with that one, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignments. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Player T, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel anxiety while welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Nat clean up their food. Hey, Player T, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Say and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Drink time, guys. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Say, Nat, Yuri, and Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright, time to write my poem. Alright, so I gotta pick words you think the favorite club members will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes the poem most. Let's go ahead and do love, massacre, flee, vivid, dark, hurt, beauty, joy, horror, hopeless, wrath, melody, tears, anxiety, heartbeat, fear, disown, loud, wonderful, extreme. Alright, I got my my poem done. Hi again, Player T. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Player T. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Stay told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Nat, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Ooh, she likes manga. I like manga. Nat finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Nat plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Player T always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with my busy work without me even having to ask. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Say, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Well, is that so? And you two are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Player T can be good friends too. Say, As usual, Say seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Say, me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Say made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. I won't make a big deal if you don't want me to. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted to. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, and I expect to see Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Say and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Nat is rummaging around in the closet. No one's doing anything. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down on the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature-related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave to me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and listen in on Say's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of the literature club sounds too dense and intellectual, but it's not like that at all, We just need a way to show that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, And after that, And after they come, we can do the thing to speak their creative minds. What's this? Say is talking really serious. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Oh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes! Aha, good thinking. Nat would love to do that. You're right. Nat makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is, then. I'm hungry. Anyway, the reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has the trouble finding any motivation at all, Say can put her mind to things to make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Ooh, I open my eyes to find Say's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait, actually I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't a napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in the club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Say. It's what I do best. That's the problem. What about you? You look out for me better than I look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gone up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on, at least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Say, it's written all over you. Say glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? I'm not literature. You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around. I run my fingertips down the side of Say's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look at the bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on the collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger, but nobody would even notice that. Oh, of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Say. Seriously. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Alright, I need a drink real quick. Kind of an interesting little, just leave it sitting there for a second. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it was to have a friend who does these kind of things. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to finally close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. Sigh. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Duh, don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so, why does it feel strange to see Say's blouser buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. Ooh. It's not worth it at all. Say hastily unbuttons the blazer once more. Phew. That's so much better. Say puts her arms out and twists around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying things like that? Saying it like it's a good thing. Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyways. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focused on going to bed earlier. Fine, fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come and wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Say. But I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell you with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Eh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share our poems we wrote now? I'm down. Yay! Player T, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I feel to sound enthusiastic, but Say still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everybody's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Say and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Say is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers on a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Nat and Yuri reluctantly compare as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Yuri gets my poem. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. ... Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading it. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay, I'm waiting. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. Yuri buries her face into her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gone anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is both the style and expressions are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it is as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you a valuable feedback. Nat can be a little biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Nat. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if there was a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh, I can't read that. Ghost under the light, the tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future I bathe. Calms, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I hope I got that right, because I have a really hard time reading that kind of handwriting. I'm sorry I have such horrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. I wasn't expecting it to go into that at all, but I have such a hard time reading handwriting like that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's great. But it took you a long time to read. Hey. Don't be talking bad about me. It didn't take me a long time. I didn't have to sit up and get really close to read it. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was very descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more wild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost Yuri? Often express their own thoughts, feelings, and expressions in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being as symbolic compared to a ghost lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's go say... ... Oh my goodness. This is so good, Player T. I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Say, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. Honestly, I had no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Ha ha ha. Jeez, Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Maybe even Nat's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand the better than a lot of people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Player T poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Say hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Say. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how... I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Player T. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Say. I'm not sure if Say sees the full picture of my motivation here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of the bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a running day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I like it, but towards the end it fell off for me. Say, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Aw, yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's go Nat. Player T, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. ... Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You get better anyway. I tell you, you want to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. She didn't like my poem. I didn't think she liked my poem, though. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Huh. If you take into consideration some of the meaning behind that, like, what exactly is she trying to say? I don't hate it, but it is a little bland. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't it the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on the purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with my last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Nat is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Drink time. I'm gonna show it to Monica though, but I'm getting ready to take a drink. Hi, Player T. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Oh, I got a cough. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Haha. Don't worry, Player T. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Say would like. Oh my lord. I got a really bad tickle in the back of my throat. It makes me think of something Say would like. Is that so? You and Say are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sorts of things in common. Ah, well. We may be good friends, but Say and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure not reading into it too much? I could be. Gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Say's writing has kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own, and you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impersonating them or anything. Aha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I know... that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always have to feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in a wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackled protrudes? A nosy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. I wonder if she's talking about us. So what do you think? It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that's the kind of style that's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up with theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sei and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Nat. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their retrospective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Nat's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? And did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Nat dismissively returns to the poem in the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about feeling of getting up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Sei liked it, and Player T did too, so based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate your offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Player T liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Nat suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Player T appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was that full of myself, I would deliberately go out of the way to make everything I do over cutesy. Ooh, is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one with boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Player T showed up. Nat! Nat, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as they just noticed I was standing there. Player T, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate the simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Player T. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Player T? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, it's gonna be Yuri. You're right, I liked your poem. See? Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? Eh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Nat felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Nat, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding me? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Nat, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think that you should too? Nat clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at the point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Say, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Nat snatches up her poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Nat, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has calm chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Player T, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of the club now. It's nothing. One more thing, that one thing that Nat said about, I would never do that, anything so shameful. So, what thing did Nat say? 9 away? I haven't even been checking, but I'm so ready for that 9. So ready for the 400 subs. Let's go. Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea. Good idea. Taking up for me more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Player T, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Player T, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Say, beams at me. It truly has been a while since Say and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Say, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? Between Yuri and Nat? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Player T, it's nice that you spend time with. It's nice to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's. Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Say still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Say. I pat Say on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Say as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Okay, let's... Alright, guys. I'm going to leave it on the poem. That's where I'll pick it up next time I stream it. I don't hate it. It's not necessarily 100% my style, so I'll probably come back to it, but it's not going to be in... I'm not just going to sit here and do as I did with Man and Maiden, you know, just back to back every day until I beat it. I feel like I would get a little too out of it, but I am enjoying it. Thanks for suggesting this to me, Society. So, thank you everybody for being here that was here. I hope y'all have a beautiful rest of your night. And, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, players. Bye.